Title: The Teachings of the Buddha. A Path to Becoming a Virtuous and Useful Person in Life. Introduction. In a world filled with chaos, uncertainty, and rapid technological advancement, the search for moral direction and personal meaning has become more important than ever. People are bombarded daily with messages of self-interest, materialism, and superficial success. Against this backdrop, the teachings of the Buddha stand as a beacon of wisdom and ethical clarity. His message, grounded in compassion, mindfulness, and a deep understanding of the human condition, offers a timeless guide for becoming a virtuous and useful person in life. The teachings of the Buddha, also known as the Dharma, are not just religious dogma. They are practical instructions for how to live with integrity, kindness, and purpose, whether one is a practicing Buddhist or simply seeking a deeper moral compass. The Buddha's words provide insights into how to develop a compassionate heart, a disciplined mind, and a life that serves others. This essay explores how the Buddha's teachings can transform a person into someone who not only seeks personal enlightenment but also contributes positively to the world around them. Through a detailed examination of core Buddhist concepts such as the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path, the Five Precepts, and the cultivation of compassion and mindfulness, we will uncover a clear and inspiring path to becoming a person of virtue and usefulness. Don't forget to subscribe to Ancient Stories, like this video, and share the channel with your friends to spread the magic of timeless tales. Chapter 1. Who was the Buddha? Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, was born into a royal family in the kingdom of Kapilavastu in present-day Nepal around the 6th century BCE. Despite his luxurious upbringing, he was deeply troubled by the suffering he witnessed outside the palace walls: aging, sickness, and death. At the age of 29, he renounced his princely life in search of a solution to human suffering. For 6 years, Siddhartha pursued rigorous ascetic practices, believing that self-mortification might lead to enlightenment. However, he eventually realized that extreme asceticism was not the path to liberation. He adopted the middle way, a balanced approach to spiritual practice, and meditated under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya. There, he attained enlightenment and became the Buddha, meaning, the awakened one. After his enlightenment, the Buddha spent the next 45 years traveling and teaching. His teachings were accessible, practical, and aimed at helping individuals end suffering through ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. His legacy has influenced millions and continues to be a profound source of guidance for living a meaningful and ethical life. Chapter 2. The Foundation of Virtuous Living, the Four Noble Truths. At the heart of the Buddha's teachings lie the Four Noble Truths, which form the foundation of all Buddhist thought and practice. These truths diagnose the human condition and prescribe a path toward liberation. 1. The truth of suffering, dukkha. Life inevitably involves suffering, pain, loss, disappointment, and impermanence. Recognizing this reality is the first step toward transformation. Suffering is not just physical but also emotional and existential. 2. The truth of the origin of suffering, samudaya. Suffering arises from craving, tanha, attachment, and ignorance. We cling to desires, people, and experiences, expecting them to provide lasting happiness. But they are all impermanent. 3. The truth of the cessation of suffering, nirodha. There is an end to suffering. By letting go of attachments and understanding the nature of reality, one can achieve nirvana, a state of peace and freedom. 4. The truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering, magga. This is the Noble Eightfold Path, a set of ethical and mental practices that lead to the cessation of suffering. By understanding and internalizing the Four Noble Truths, one begins the journey of ethical self-transformation. These truths emphasize awareness, responsibility, and the possibility of change, making them essential for becoming a virtuous and useful individual. Chapter 3. The Noble Eightfold Path, a Guide to Righteous Conduct. The Noble Eightfold Path is the Buddha's prescription for ending suffering and achieving a virtuous, meaningful life. It is divided into 3 categories: wisdom, prajna; ethical conduct, sila; and mental discipline, samadhi. 1. Right view. Understanding the Four Noble Truths and the impermanent nature of life. It is the foundation of wisdom. 2. Right intention. Cultivating intentions of renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. These set the tone for ethical behavior. 3. Right speech. Avoiding lies, gossip, harsh words, and idle chatter. Practicing honesty and kindness in communication. 4. Right action. Acting in ways that do not harm others. This includes refraining from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. 5. Right livelihood. Earning a living in ways that do not harm others or exploit them. Avoiding trades that deal in weapons, intoxicants, or human exploitation. 6. Right effort. Making a persistent effort to cultivate wholesome mental states and abandon unwholesome ones. 7. Right mindfulness. Being aware and attentive to one's body, feelings, thoughts, and mental states, living in the present moment. 8. Right concentration. Developing deep states of mental focus through meditation to gain insight and clarity. When practiced together, these 8 paths guide an individual toward ethical purity, mental clarity, and ultimate liberation, forming the core of Buddhist life. Chapter 4. The 5 Precepts, Daily Guidelines for Goodness. The 5 precepts are the basic ethical guidelines for lay Buddhists. They are not commandments but voluntary commitments to moral living. 1. Refrain from killing. Respect for life and practicing compassion toward all beings. 2. Refrain from stealing. Practicing honesty and respect for others' property. 3. Refrain from sexual misconduct. Maintaining integrity and respect in relationships. 4. Refrain from false speech. Upholding truthfulness and harmony in communication. 5. Refrain from intoxicants. Preserving clarity of mind and avoiding actions done under their influence. These precepts are simple but powerful tools for ethical transformation and building trust within society. Chapter 5. Cultivating the heart, compassion, loving kindness, and altruism. Buddhism places immense emphasis on the development of a kind and compassionate heart. The 4 immeasurables, metta, loving kindness, karuna, compassion, mudita, sympathetic joy, and upekkha, equanimity, are essential for this. Metta, wishing happiness for all beings, even enemies. Karuna, responding to the suffering of others with empathy and a desire to help. Mudita, rejoicing in the happiness and success of others. Upekkha, maintaining balance and peace in the face of life's ups and downs. Through meditation and mindfulness, these qualities can be cultivated, making one more open-hearted and beneficial to others. Chapter 6. Mindfulness and Self-Awareness, Tools for Ethical Growth. Mindfulness, sati, is central to Buddhist practice. It involves observing one's thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment, encourages presence in the moment, helps recognize unwholesome habits and transform them, strengthens self-discipline and introspection. Mindfulness is cultivated through practices like vipassana meditation and daily awareness exercises. A mindful person becomes more considerate, calm, and responsive rather than reactive. Chapter 7. Letting go of ego and greed, the key to being truly useful to others. Ego and greed are sources of suffering and barriers to compassion. Buddhism teaches the value of non-attachment and humility. Letting go of self-importance. Realizing the interconnectedness of all beings. Practicing generosity, dana, giving without expecting anything in return. Detachment from possessions and status, leading to inner peace and selfless service. By overcoming ego and greed, one becomes a source of peace and joy for others. Chapter 8. Right livelihood, earning a living without harming others. One's profession should align with ethical principles. Buddhism encourages occupations that support life, not destroy or exploit it. Avoiding jobs and weapons, killing animals, human trafficking, intoxicants, and deceit. Promoting careers in education, healthcare, environmental care, and social service. A virtuous livelihood sustains both oneself and society. Chapter 9. The Power of Right Speech, Building a Harmonious Society. Speech has the power to heal or harm. Right speech means speaking truthfully, speaking kindly, avoiding slander, gossip, and harsh words. Right speech builds trust, reduces conflict, and fosters understanding, essential for a virtuous society. Blank. Underscore, blank. Chapter 10. Living a life of purpose, using one's talents for the greater good. The Buddha encouraged individuals to live meaningfully and contribute to society. Find your unique strengths and use them to benefit others. Volunteer, teach, serve, and uplift those in need. Strive to be a source of inspiration and support in your community. Purpose gives life direction and deepens one's moral commitment. Blank. Underscore, blank. Conclusion. The teachings of the Buddha offer a comprehensive and practical guide to becoming a virtuous and useful person. By understanding the nature of suffering, cultivating mindfulness, practicing compassion, following ethical guidelines, and committing to personal and societal well-being, one can lead a life of profound meaning and service. In a time when the world faces division, stress, and ecological crises, the message of the Buddha, grounded in peace, awareness, and moral integrity, is more relevant than ever. May these teachings inspire us all to walk the path of wisdom and compassion, creating a better world for ourselves and Earth.